of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex.
And welcome to the show. My name is Dusty Davenport, here with my co-host,
Johnny Paranoia.
Today we are traveling to Kansas, the very middle of the country.
The wasteland.
Ooh.
Well, this might actually be a wasteland.
There's some wild stuff going on in this little town.
This is called Stull Cemetery.
The people in this town are not happy about this cemetery.
I don't think I'd be either.
No, it's caused a lot of us folks to look into and think about their cemetery.
Well, demon talk today.
Did you ever see that show on Netflix where they do like the D3 college or whatever? And they're in Kansas?
Yes. Last Chance U.
And they hate the devil so much that they changed Halloween to Neowalla.
Really?
Yes, Kansas is so like anti-devil demon that they do not celebrate Halloween.
It's the Bible Belt, man. If there is one place that doesn't celebrate Halloween, I would say it would be Kansas.
Yep. That's funny because that show Supernatural's in Kansas.
Yeah, that's a good age.
There's something about like a flat, big open space of land that I feel like it just needed something.
It just adds character. There's no
it needs something. Like, is there a food from Kansas? I mean, barbecue, but I feel like that's Kansas City, Missouri.
Well, Kansas City, Kansas, too.
Do they have good barbecue? We'll never know. Drop us in the comments. Let's hear it.
I'm sure they argue about it.
Oh,
like, who has better?
The big barbecue.
Yes.
Big barbecue debate. Do you think they still root for the Chiefs in Kansas?
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm sure they're all Wildcat fans.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure that's the big...
Who's the big player out of the Wildcats?
The basketball team, there's a ton.
No, it's basketball, man.
Basketball's huge.
There has to be like a big football player out of Kansas.
Has to be a big football player?
These people waiting to hear
sure,
about this
Patrick
cemetery
Mahomes.
gotta love this, huh?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're interested in the big Kansas football
Kansas
player.
Wildcats.
Jose Bacon, I heard, is pretty good.
Jose Bacon.
Look him up. He's a Kansas legend. He was on our Madden team, actually. In year 26 of our franchise.
That's the best when you get that far, and Madden doesn't even know how to make the names anymore.
Just shows you what type of social life we do have.
Oh yeah, you get the linebackers names like Alex.
We conspiracy theories and Madden franchise consumes a lot of our free time.
You know what's funny? We're 4 episodes in. I don't think we've really talked about a conspiracy theory. Maybe the government labs.
Yeah, a little bit. We touch on them here and there.
Yeah. I definitely want to do some Agent Orange. I want to do some of that stuff too.
Oh, I mean,
we're getting into the basic, vague stuff of the conspiracy theory. We want to go super specific on the haunted, paranormal stuff.
Yes.
And very vague on the conspiracy stuff.
Yes.
Because sometimes you jump into those conspiracy shows, and they just know so much more than you.
Yeah.
And we just want to go baseline level.
Yeah.
And then jump to those shows.
Yes. Yeah, you could get. They're just rabbit holes, conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
You could get lost.
It just goes too far.
And one thing leads to another, and then you're QAnon.
Yep. And now you're just seeing the number 23 everywhere, and it's...
It's in the clouds. Like, oh, shit. I went too deep.
So, Stull Cemetery. We got this small town in Kansas. Obviously doesn't like demons, doesn't like the devil. But happens to host one of the 7 portals to hell. One of the 7 portals to hell.
I'm all about portals to hell,
dude.
I mean,
can we look up the other 6? I don't know where the other 6 portals to hell is.
It's kind of like what was that book?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Dante's Inferno.
Yeah, that's the circles. Yeah. That's once you're there.
But it's like traveling through it, dude. And I'm like, I kind of want to go to Stull Cemetery now.
Yeah. Do you think a portal like pops you to like one of the rings, and then the other portal pops you to ring 2?
Time travel? Is that time travel right there? I'm for it, man.
Yeah, like you just hit that Stull, and you're in the gluttony you hit that portal to hell and you're in the whatever.
Well, yeah, you got to fight the Easter egg. In each
I'm
one,
definitely
right?
curious. I gotta know. Oh
Like
man,
the final boss. In
phone's dead, dude. I can't even look up
Uh-oh.
7 portals to hell.
They working too hard over
How am I
there.
gonna know?
Yeah, I don't know where they all are, but
On the next episode, we mentioned the 7 portals to hell.
Yeah.
So portal 1 over here in Kansas.
Who would think Kansas?
Yeah, just
Kansas, really? Like that's where I'm Satan.
it's
and
where
I'm gonna,
the Antichrist wanted to go.
I'm
You got
gonna-
New Orleans out here, and you're going to Kansas.
Kansas. I mean, he must be a big fan of like wheat and corn.
Very into the carbs.
This guy does not have celiacs. He does not have celiacs.
So we go into this cemetery. Apparently, there was a church in the middle of the cemetery.
Burned down.
Burned down. Yep.
Burned down.
And the rumors are now that when it rains in Kansas, this church remains bone dry.
A couple of years ago, there was a video I remember seeing on YouTube with it just on fire.
Yeah, just random fires popping up in the cemetery.
Odd.
Yeah,
I think
check
so.
out that video. It wouldn't take you long. Just search Stull, Kansas. It's probably like the 3rd video.
And the guy in
But-
the video was saying like they're not controlled burns or anything like
Yeah,
that.
no, like there's no plan to just set a fire in a cemetery.
Well,
And they're very like big on trespass, charging people with trespassing because so many of us are going to this town of good Christian warriors in Kansas.
us, and then Satanist.
Yeah, I guess there's difference.
I'm not trying to go conjure the.
Yeah, I'm good on climbing down. Okay, so so the big thing is I guess there's a summer equinox and then there's Halloween. So there's 2 times a year
Okay.
where the devil appears.
Spring or summer? Which one?
Spring
do you know?
equinox, summer equinox.
Spring
What's
and
an
then
equinox? I don't know what the fucking
think
equinox
that's
is. 2 times a year, but one's the day before Halloween.
Something with
And
the
Halloween.
moon. I'm sure something with the moon.
But it's been said on the day before Halloween that a woman in a white dress stands in front of the cemetery and lures drivers to their death off the highway.
I would fall victim immediately.
100%.
A woman in a white dress luring me over? Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Let me get out
yeah,
shut my car off and
Yep.
come right over there, lady.
So the one thing that I've learned in my 20 minutes of Stull cemetery research,
Could she be a witch, by the way, since all women are witches?
all women are witches. They can't be ghosts.
Well,
They're
yeah,
all
they
witches.
can't be ghosts. They're all witches.
All witches, 100%.
Automatically.
Yep.
Automatic.
But Stull Cemetery is kind of like an army recruitment video because all this place is doing is just recruiting people into Satan's army. So apparently there's tons of stories of witches being hung in the cemetery to join Satan's army, hanging themselves to join Satan's army.
That's crazy.
Yep. And now this woman in white lures people in to join Satan's army. I mean, they're trying to get you to join and fight the Al-Qaeda.
Man, they're hitting you harder than the U.S. government trying to get the
Big
military.
time. They want numbers.
They want numbers. I just think of the South Park movie.
Yeah.
When it's like when Kenny dies or whatever, and
Yep.
it's like he's going to heaven, and it's like population 12,000. And all of a sudden he starts going to hell. You're going to hell, little boy. And it's like 85 billion. I don't know how many more numbers he needs. I mean, the afterlife war must be the shit, man.
I guess
Don't they have
so.
nuclear weapons? It must have nuclear weapons.
But yeah, they're pumping up numbers over there. But I guess it's said in this abandoned church, like that's all broken down, burned down now. There's staircases, or ladders, or staircases, or something. But I guess it takes about a week to get to the end, and that's where you're one of 7 portals to hell.
Is it kind of like Mel's Hole with the ladder?
Is Mel's Hole one of the 7 portals to hell?
It could be, man.
Why does every episode end up with a portal to hell?
I don't know. I think we're attached, dude. I think we got an attachment going on. Like, we keep talking about the portals.
Yeah, it's something about the portals. We're talking about other dimensions, but this is a portal to hell.
Freaking me out, man, over here.
Yeah, but they said you can get to the bottom before you enter, and you can crawl back up, and then on your way back up, Satan's going to find a way to drag you back down.
Oh, wow.
She'll literally drag me to hell.
Drag me to hell.
Yeah.
So I'll be, like, talking in tongues then. Yeah. That sounds like one of those evangelicals, like when they're trying to heal
Yep.
everybody. It's like,
Yep.
yeah, the Holy Spirit.
You think they have that in Kansas?
Oh,
I think-
100%.
I don't think Kansas quite falls into like the Southern Baptist.
Dude, that whole...
Am I crazy, or like I just
Yes.
never picture Kansas as like a Southern Baptist place?
Really?
I feel like it's like 2 states down, and to the right.
I think Middle America is 100%.
See, I see them as like they're probably like old school like Catholics, where they're like
Catholics?
big on the church and like big on like the Not Irish Catholics, obviously, probably Protestant.
Protestants all day.
But not Southern Baptists, not throw up a white tent and preach.
I think they got Pentecostals over there.
You think so?
Yeah, snake churches and everything.
You think so?
Oh,
Kansas?
100%.
I don't know.
All right. Tell us in our comments if there's Pentecostal churches in
I want to know if they're setting up tents and preaching.
That's Bible Belt, man. That's Middle America. 1,000% they're religious religion.
Do you consider Kansas part of the Bible Belt?
Okay.
I feel like they just get excluded by like 1 inch.
You think about this though. When I think of like Middle America, for some reason my head goes right to Slipknot. And they're from Iowa.
Really?
Yes.
Slipknot's from Iowa.
Slipknot's from their album is named Iowa. Their second album is named Iowa.
Yeah.
And I just think of like Middle America, like here's your like revolting teenagers or revolting you know what I mean, from the Bible, from the religion.
Yeah.
1,000% I put Kansas in that category.
I think they're definitely religious like nuts, but I don't think they're the Southern Baptist like snake preacher.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I see them as like very like simple. Yeah, tell us in the comments. We want to know. And we haven't told you once, but you know, if you leave us less than a 5-star review, a demon's going to kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna drag you to hell.
Yeah, exactly.
Through that portal.
He's taking
just
you,
for listening to this podcast.
Which might just be moving to Stull, Kansas.
Yeah. What is in Stull, Kansas? Like other than like this cemetery?
Some people that are really mad about this cemetery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably like in the middle of nowhere.
Oh yeah. I bet you it's one of those highway roads. It's probably like one lane, and it's just
Yeah.
houses on the side, and then you're through in 15 minutes. Like
Yeah.
that would be my guess.
Onto a barbecue joint.
Yeah.
And a church.
Yeah. Barbecue joint, church, tractor shop.
Tractor shop, John Deere.
Yep.
And a tornado coming through.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that. Hey, you know, the other thing I heard about Stull Cemetery is that the Pope is so scared of this place that he diverts his plane
To go around
to
it.
go
Yes,
around
he won't
it.
fly over
he
this
won't
building.
fly over it. So if that doesn't tell you anything,
What are the odds?
I kind of, you know, there's like few things in life that really like scare me.
Yep.
Demons and devils talk.
Yes.
That's
100%.
that's one thing.
100%.
You know, it's like I just picture me and you going to a haunted place, and all of a sudden you start fucking rolling your eyes in the back of your head and start talking to me.
Yep.
Like the Undertaker from wrestling. I would be I'd be shell shocked and wouldn't know what to do.
That is the scariest thing, though.
It is the scariest
Like,
thing.
it's always the demons and the devils.
Yes.
It's never the slashers.
No.
No.
I'll fight the slasher, man. I'll fight him.
Yeah.
I'm going down with the swing here.
Yeah. You can't swing against,
No.
Gorlock.
Yeah, this thing's taking over.
Gorlock the Destroyer.
Yeah. Or the Zozo Demon. That's an episode we gotta do too. Like, yeah, you're not fighting a demon.
Pazuzu.
Yeah. And it's like all these movies, and it's like, the one priest, and it's like,
Yep.
dude, this guy's a brave. I'm going in there with a cross and a Bible.
Yep.
And I'm gonna deter this demon out of here. I mean, they don't make it out. Like, real life exorcisms aren't like Hollywood, how they make it, but I'm sure they're pretty close, and I'm sure there's been a few extreme cases of them.
We should do like a video, like a
What, an
like a
exorcism?
special. We should perform an exorcism
Perform
with our
one?
Sam Adams.
Yeah. We'll get some like.
We'll get a 6-pack and we'll exorcise some demons.
Yeah. It's the only way I think I can exercise a demon is alcohol and marijuana.
Just bless it, dude. I'm just like doing the cross with my beer bottle.
Yeah, we're just blowing smoke into it. Also, we see a face in the smoke. Like, that'd be it, man. That'd be done. But yeah, demons scare the shit out of me.
Oh yeah, yeah, big time. Did you see the new Exorcist movie?
The one with the 2 girls?
Yeah.
No, I didn't watch it yet.
Oh my god, you talk about a trash movie. You talk about a garbage trash movie. This is the guy that ruined the last Halloween movie too.
Oh, go figure. He has a good track record.
Yeah, let's give that guy another movie to remake.
Yeah.
His remake of the first 2 Halloweens weren't bad, but the third one, dude,
Brutal.
I think he's lost. I think he lost it. I think he's done. It's time to walk away.
But like I always say, there's no reason on touching something that's already.
Yeah, make your own exorcism.
Yeah, John Carpenter already did it with Halloween.
Halloween.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
it was perfect. Yeah,
Don't need to touch it.
yeah, it's good.
Don't need to touch it.
It's good.
I don't need a new Dr. Loomis.
Yeah, like if you're gonna do like an exorcism movie, like the Pope's Exorcist. was phenomenal.
It was fantastic.
It's such a good movie.
It was so
It is the most
good.
underrated movie. You don't hear people talk about it, but it was so good.
Russell Crowe fucking gladiator that demon.
He's
He gladiated.
he's
the
like
shit out
booping
of
nuns on the nose.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
it's
dude.
funny. Like
It was good.
it's an awesome movie.
It was good.
Yeah, it was the first movie in a while. Like
Yeah.
I watched, and I was like, oh, it's a pretty good movie.
Yep.
That
It was like, like I said, I like that inner workings of the church and everything.
Yeah. Spoiler alert: the new Exorcist with the believer or whatever, they just essentially take the priest and he runs away, and then a woman has to perform the exorcism who's not a priest.
Bullshit.
And
Is she a witch?
she has to be. She's a woman.
She's a witch. She has to be a witch.
And then the little white girl goes to hell. So, the end.
That's some bullshit.
It's just nonsense. There was no good at, like, it was just like, I don't even know how to explain the movie, but
like,
it was awful.
Why? What? I understand it's a money grab.
Yeah, 100%.
But after the first exorcism, like, why am I gonna make a number 2?
Well, you know what's funny is, like, The Exorcist 3 has the most iconic scene in all of horror.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It's literally one of the most famous scenes ever shot in a horror movie.
Really?
Yeah, with the nun. And the hedge clipper. You never seen the scene?
No.
Oh, my God. Can we put it on the podcast?
I think we're gonna have to post this.
All right, we're gonna pause this. We're gonna watch the scene and we're gonna talk about it. We'll be right back. That's pretty phenomenal.
It was pretty good. I don't know if it's the most famous scene ever.
It's one of the. It's definitely a classic horror scene.
I think of always.
That was a very short version. That was like kind of coming on the end, but
Right.
that scene's like 8 minutes.
Yes.
Like it like goes on where like they're looking at that hallway for like 8 minutes.
Right.
And then there's this like patient in the room or whatever, and you hear his ice cracking from the water.
Nice.
And it's like the loudest you've ever heard ice cracking. And she, like, the nurse is like freaked out.
Yeah.
And now you just see the cop, like, he walks away, like he leaves, he comes
right.
back and forth, he's sitting there, like it's like so slow, and like you never know when the scare's gonna come.
Right.
And then it just fucking
Here
hedge
she
clippers.
Here she comes. Yeah, it was pretty good. See, now I think of always with The Exorcist, I always think of the first one when you actually see the demon.
Yeah, Pazuzu.
Yes. and it's like the misfit, like the logo, like the band.
Yeah.
Because all you see is the face.
Yep.
And that's it. I always think of that scene. And it's like, oh shit, dude, there he is.
Yeah, that's such a good movie.
Like, there he is.
Yeah, that's a flawless movie.
It's a flawless
Like
movie.
even like him just like talking at the track, like
It's
like
amazing.
everything like has a purpose.
It's amazing.
Like there's one thing about old movies, like you say they're slow and like whatever, and it's just like
I enjoy them.
there's a difference like to that slow. It's like every scene matters.
Yes.
It seems like.
Yeah, there's no bullshit in them.
Yeah, it seems like there's always a purpose. Like,
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I'm an old school guy, man. I like the old ones. It beats the gory for me. I think it's the more mental play on it, and
yeah,
because then it's more individual, where you get the visual of what I'm scared of or what it's supposed to be instead of seeing something on.
See, I like the variety too. Like that's
Yeah.
like the big thing. It's just I like completely different.
Right.
Like go give me the real one and then go give me the fake
Right,
one. Like
right,
go give me
right.
the over the top one.
Yep.
And then give me the surreal one. Like my favorite movie of all time is Jacob's Ladder
Right.
with Tony Robbins.
Yeah, you always say that.
Yep.
Yes. Yep.
And it's just a wild movie that you don't really know what's going on.
See, like I always think of like with like The Omen too. It's just so original. Like, oh, we're gonna put the Son of Satan out.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, and it beats any slasher film for me. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
it doesn't compare. Like anything with a demon is like, fuck, dude.
Instantly
Instant.
better.
Instant.
Yeah. You can't beat a demon.
No. And even if it's like a shitty demon movie, it's like I'll still watch it.
I know.
Like,
It's like what movie did we see? I remember we went with Des.
oh man,
Fucking how many years ago? Where they went to Europe and the nun with like no eyes or no face or whatever the hell she is, the blind nun.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, what is it called?
That was like the scariest part of the movie.
I know. It's pretty bad.
seeing a blind nun with no eyes.
Well, I think a priest like shot himself too in the beginning. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
But like the rest of the movie was just kind of like, oh, it was connect the cuts.
Yeah,
Connect the cuts.
Yes.
What the hell is that movie called?
I think of the band. I think there was
Oh, what is that movie called? That was a good one. But not really.
yeah, she had like the 911 call in it.
But like I said, like it
Three.
wasn't a good movie, but like because it was like
forgot
demons
what
and
it-
stuff, it was good.
Yeah, I forgot what it's called.
Yeah.
But I know exactly what you're talking. Connect the cuts.
Yeah.
Connect the cuts.
They made a phenomenal trailer.
It was good.
the trailer.
They show the blind nun with the no eyes.
They show the blind nun, and they show the lady in the psych ward, her mom.
Yes. Yep.
With the connected cuts, and it's creepy as hell.
And that was it.
Yep.
That was the movie.
And that was basically the movie. That was essentially what you got out of the movie. But
yeah, anything with demons.
Anything with demons.
And like I said, I don't want to give away our story too much about our, because we're gonna do a whole episode on that.
Yes.
I mentioned that before.
Definitely gonna be a big special.
But we spoke to a through one of these Ouija boards.
Yes.
And I think that was a demon, to be quite honest with you.
I don't see any way around it.
I mean, the way it disguised itself, and like I said, we're gonna do a whole deep dive podcast on that.
Yes, it's gonna be a big one. That'll be like probably a 2-hour podcast.
Yeah,
honestly, like
all the things,
I'm trying to map out the time because we're about 10 years removed now.
Yeah.
So
that longer.
Yeah, 13 years.
Probably 13. Probably. Yeah.
So we really got to like map out the timeline, because I don't want to tell the story and then go back and then say, oh, you're making all this shit up. And no, I want to have like exactly what happened and then what happened next. And
there's a whole sequence of events, guys.
Whole sequence. Like, it literally needs to be storyboarded.
Yes.
Even though it's like not like a fake thing, it needs to be storyboarded like a movie.
It was crazy. Like, and especially like the afterwards too of like.
Yeah.
It was nuts.
It was nuts.
It was crazy, and it was definitely my biggest like paranormal.
Yeah, I think it shaped the way I believe in things too, because I always used to believe things. They always tell you in a movie like it follows you, but I really think this was connected to a place.
Yeah.
Even though it would show up in other places,
yeah,
it was always connected to like a place, and the further you were removed from that place, the less it was there. Even
with the person that took over the house, and we spoke to him afterwards.
Yes.
And there's still
activities. I sold this house, and I received a call and asking and questioning about the events in the house without having them having any knowledge of what had happened.
True blue Amityville.
I know this is all just like bullshit preview right now, because we're not telling the story.
Yeah, I don't want to give it away.
Yeah. We'll stop. We get too deep into it, but still, Kansas. I don't know who is willing to walk down that staircase.
Maybe one of the people on TV. Maybe they would do it, but nobody's gone there. I mean, I've never heard of the place until you brought it up to me, and I started digging into it.
Yeah, no, and I know bands wrote albums named after it.
That's
I know
crazy.
It's been mentioned.
Yeah,
I think there's an episode of Supernatural. I'd have to rewatch it.
Supernatural, man.
Yeah,
it's a mid-2000 show. It's pretty interesting.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like I said, anything with demons.
Yeah.
I definitely my caution goes up. Like,
oh yeah, the biggest thing about the story too is it was an article written in the Daily Kansan. Like, this is a college. I don't know which college it was, but it was actually a published article, like documenting like the suspicious activity and how everyone's reading about it. So I mean, it's there.
Yeah,
it was talked about.
Yeah.
Especially in a town where people don't want to talk about that thing. Like I said, these people refuse to celebrate Halloween.
The demon's holiday.
They call it Neowalla.
But I think that's old school way of thinking, though, too.
Halloween backwards.
Neowalla. They refuse to.
Can you imagine going to the Neowalla festival?
Sounds kind of cool.
It does sound kind of cool. I'm kind of down. Should we go to Kansas for Neowalla?
Yeah. It's Stull, Kansas. Let's go.
With pentagrams.
Yeah. I'll dress up as, like, the nun. You just do Linda Blair, man. Like, we'll be set.
The funny thing we always say about Kansas is that it's definitely like our eject button place, because you can get a Victorian mansion for about $30K.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you could just go live out there for nothing and not be bothered by society, because no one cares about Kansas.
Right.
So you could just go live there and live a life.
Yes. That is the eject plan, is going to Kansas.
Yeah, you sell your house and you move to Kansas.
And
that's why, like, I don't understand the Free State Project. They all went to New Hampshire. I'm like, houses in New Hampshire are like $300,000. I'm like, you guys could have just bought a town in Kansas, and you would have been the mayor by default.
We could literally start Satan's Army there in Kansas for like $300,000.
For $300K, we could be the mayor of Kansas, and
the mayor of Kansas, as we talk about it as a whole. Like, there's no big cities.
The mayor of Kansas, not a city in Kansas. It's just the
18 people that live in the state of Kansas, and we are the mayors now. We just bought it for $300,000. Like, let's go, man. Let's go. But
you hit a tornado here and there, but.
Yeah, whatever, dude. I'm Satan's Army now, man. I'll be fine.
We're good to go.
Yeah, I'll be fine, dude. He'll just drag me to hell at the end of life. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, no big deal.
There should be like...
They're going to make a sequel to Drag Me to Hell.
Really?
Yeah. I think
cool.
she's going to try to get out of hell.
That'll be pretty cool.
That'd be pretty awesome. I'm surprised more movies haven't done that where, like, they show hell and, like, try to get out.
Yeah.
You're seeing, like, more video games try and do it now.
Oh, yeah. God of War.
But I'm surprised, like for a horror... I guess the appealing thing about horror is that the budget is nothing. Mm-hmm. So...
Make it cheap.
To actually depict hell is probably a little expensive.
Yeah. There's no money. It's not a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
And I'm proud to say I've never seen a Marvel movie in my life. Proud. I hold that. In Star Wars, too. Anti-Star Wars here.
Well, Star Wars got terrible. They ruined it.
Star Wars.
They've ruined it.
It's Disney, man.
They blew it, man. Disney ruined everything. Unless they want to sponsor this podcast, then I really like them. The Mandalorian was awesome. It was great.
So, yeah, we'll just do Walt Disney. Like, we'll get into his whole...
You want to do that? Story. Yeah, there's a fucking... that might actually be the good California one, dude.
Yeah?
We do the Walt Disney conspiracy?
That's pretty good.
That's not bad for California.
Yeah, I like it. There's a lot on him, man.
Yeah.
Like, he was a crazy man.
Yeah, there's like rumors he's like frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's but a lot of there's a lot of shady things.
Yeah, there's a couple. He got into some stuff that he's probably not too proud of.
Yeah, there's a lot of shadiness with Walt Disney.
He's probably proud of. I mean, we wouldn't be.
Yeah. Walt Disney.
He's an interesting one. What else we got in Kansas?
But then you even like getting into like the Disney real quick.
Yeah.
But like all the satanic things that like if you look at Walt Disney spelled out, like there's 666 on Walt Disney.
Yeah.
Like there's a whole bunch of like Easter egg gems.
Yep. And with the cartoonist, because back in the day they actually had to draw frame by frame by frame by frame.
Crazy to think about.
To make like the Little Mermaid.
Yes.
So they would like sneak like dicks and stuff into the bag.
Oh yeah. They
would just be like,
this guy has an erection. The chef or whatever.
Yeah. They would be like Jack Nicholson in The Shining, and they would just be like all work and no play, just drawing Ariel, just drawing the fucking clamshell bra again and again.
Couldn't imagine doing that. You must really love art. Like you have to love it.
That's insane.
Like I think about how much I hate going to my job now.
Yep.
Like just doing the same thing over and over again repetitively, and you hate it. Oh my goodness. I would draw a dick every now and then too.
100%. 100%.
But like, has there ever been an exorcism at the cemetery?
Hell if I know.
I'm gonna say that's a no. But you would think, like I said, like being in Kansas, like like if the preacher like drives by every day and just like blesses it.
Yeah, go blesses this church or whatever.
Yeah, I mean that's why it's starting on fire. Who knows?
Yeah,
I mean
it's crazy that it stays dry like that. That's it's such like a little detail to like talk about when we're talking about all these like crazy things, but like just the fact that something stays bone dry.
Bone dry.
Like when it rains, like pours and the church just evaporates.
Supposedly.
Yeah. I really want to know the other 7 portals.
I know. We should look them up.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, let's figure out what the 7 portals are.
7 portals. I'm going to say Stonehenge.
A portal to hell.
Hey. It's there for the pyramids.
Back to CERN?
No. Yeah, CERN. There's one. And then...
yeah, how is there 7 if CERN just opened?
I'll go with
Was there 6, first of all?
The Vatican?
You know they say 7 is actually the bad number.
Really?
Yeah, like they've actually like... They said like this is like a trick by the devil that like 6 is the bad number, but it's actually 7.
I don't like that trick, man.
Which now sounds kind of ridiculous, but...
Yeah, I mean he's known for 666, man.
Right.
I mean...
But there's something about the number 7 that's not good. I think it might have been a Crowley thing.
7 Wonders of the World?
I don't think so. Usually the portals to the underworld aren't the 7 wonders.
This one actually has 17 places that are actually gates of hell on earth.
17?
17.
Oh, guys, we're getting deep here.
The Lerna region of Greece is one.
All right, Greece.
The springs in the water of the regions are said to be healing on one hand and the gates of hell on another. Mythology says that there is a hydra deep in the waters that one must pass in order to gain access to the underworld.
Isn't it crazy to like think of like all the other cultures and how they like depicted the underworld?
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's like you like to think like hell's not real, but it just seems like every culture
culture has one.
Has their own version of like
every culture
an underworld.
Every culture. I mean, like who is it in the Egyptian culture?
Oh, dude, you have to watch this Egypt movie on HBO Max. I know I'm talking like bad early 2000 horror movies.
Yeah.
It's good. The guy from American Horror Story's in it, but like the butler guy,
right?
Like you know, the Egyptian underworld or whatever, they rip out your heart.
Really?
And then they put it on a scale next to a feather, and they have to weigh it. And hope the feather's heavier than your heart or whatever, and that's a determination of whether you're able to pass on or whether Anubis just eats you.
Right.
So, like, in the movie, like, it's kind of like Indiana Jones, like, ish at the beginning, and, like, there's, like, traps and, like, you know, all that stuff going through the pyramid, and then at the end, they get to Anubis, and he just rips out the guy's heart and puts it on a scale and then eats him.
Thanks for telling me.
It's good. It's so worth watching.
Yeah. I think these places are just made up.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to know where 7 came from.
Got gas crater. Come on, man.
Yeah.
We got Stull cemetary.
I think we got better portals to hell. Is Mel's Hole and...
Yeah, 1,000%.
Yeah, we've already got 2. Should we start a tally on the show?
Probably.
Just of how many portals
Keep a running
we
count.
find? Yeah.
Keep a running
We're up
count.
to 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we're definitely going to have probably, like... I don't know.
Out of 50 states, got to be at least 10 portals to hell.
In the United States?
I
mean,
think
we're
I
a
would
new
think 10
country,
out of 50.
Man. I mean, why would Satan come here? I think they would all be in, like...
Yeah, that's true.
The Middle East.
Africa.
Yeah.
Jerusalem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's where I would pinpoint the portals of hell.
But then again, if like that's where the Holy Land is, wouldn't hell be on another spot?
Well, that should be the Holy Land, but around it, I'm sure there's portals of hell. Think about it.
They're all in the Ukraine.
Yeah, the Ukraine.
And that's why the government's funding them. X-Files now.
Oh my god. UFO.
Oh no, they heard us.
Yeah, we gotta definitely take this inside, but it's too nice to be inside right now, man.
Oh, it's beautiful outside.
It's too nice.
The sound's actually not terrible now that we listen to it.
Well, people will be the judge of that.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sure we'll get a lot of comments. Do not give us less than 5 stars. Don't be an asshole.
We're putting ourselves out there.
Yeah. Yeah. If you leave us a review and 5 stars, we will read your review live on the podcast.
Read it live. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Bill O'Reilly video over there for anybody who doesn't know that one. But we'll definitely do it live.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of grease, man. I'm getting a lot of grease, but I think that's probably doing with like mythology. And
their underworld is like you got to give the ferryman a token, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that their thing?
Yes.
You got to give him a token for him to take you.
They got a lot of portals of hell. They're saying. I got one in Pennsylvania.
Is it the
Hellum Township in Pennsylvania?
They literally call it Hellum.
Hellum. Yep. Rusting metal gate in a wooden area of the township. The urban legend goes this was once the entrance to an insane asylum, leading to 6 more gates visible only after dark. Pass through all 7 portals to hell in the right order, and you'll wound up at the devil's doorstep.
So you have to go through all 7.
You got to go through all 7.
So that's
and they
one.
say that they appear. All 7 places appear.
What?
Yep. All in this place. Helka Volcano in Iceland. That's another place. What else do we got here? St. Patrick's Purgatory in Station Island, Ireland. According to old
Have
Irish...
you seen As Above, So Low?
No.
What?
No, I haven't.
Oh, I've seen that like 10 times.
Really?
Oh, that's a good one too.
Is it good, or is it...
Oh, it's good.
Whoa, they do mention Stull Cemetery on here. On the list. Stull has made it.
Oh, wow.
Since the 70s. Rumors have spread around this cemetery.
So it's newer.
Yeah. Some swear that they have seen endless staircases leading down into the pits of hell. The church was mysteriously knocked down in 2002. So that might have just been the town people coming with
just
pitchforks
sick of people coming.
And their John Deere tractor and just tearing it down. But it's made the list. Hell's Gate National Park. How about that in Kenya? It's right in the name.
Jesus.
Fittingly for Satan's lair.
I don't think the Kenyans speak English.
No, I would say no. Vultures and buzzards whiz around the towering red cliffs, adding to the satanic atmosphere. But yeah, there's a ton of places listed on here that are pretty interesting. Naples, Italy, Mexico, Czech Republic. Like, they're all over the place, man.
Yeah, when we finish our 50 states, are we going to do a Mexican episode?
Yeah.
Because I feel like they got some wild shit.
They got some more there.
They got some wild shit.
You got all the Aztecs and all that shit down there.
Yeah, there's some wild shit down there.
They got some good cave dwellings. Not cave dwellings, but pyramids and everything like that. Extraterrestrial encounters, maybe. Helping them build those structures. They're crazy that engineering nowadays can't figure out of how they constructed this. You know? I kind of agree with that. But yeah.
I don't think it's aliens. I don't know. There's something about aliens that just seems so pushed in your face that, like, I don't know.
You don't believe in aliens?
It's tough. The X-Files is my favorite show.
Yeah.
And if you've ever seen Dark Skies, that's probably my favorite alien movie. But I don't know, things from space coming down to abduct people, that's not my jam.
I just think the universe is so big.
Yeah.
That there's no way of telling. Like, there's things on Earth right now that we, like the ocean. Think about the ocean. That's how many percentage of
it's
that's
crazy.
Unexplored.
Yeah.
And unknown. And
which doesn't really make sense to me because the amount of surveillance we have and the amount we but we still don't know what's like at the bottom of the ocean.
You don't know. You can see radar beeps and everything like that. Oh, yeah, this is a rock or a shipwreck or whatever.
But, like, we still don't know, like, after all this time?
I don't
Like, it just doesn't seem right.
Yeah, I think it's just too it's too vast. I mean...
Yeah.
I mean, the Earth is, covered in 80% water or whatever the hell it is. It's too vast. And to, like, you ever see, like, that, where they map out, like, the sub-layers of everything? And,
yeah.
Like, it takes forever. You got to drive over it, man, to map out underneath you.
The alien thing, I just...
You don't buy it?
I don't know if I don't believe it, but I just, like, it's definitely not, like, my point of interest. And we were just saying that, like, the horror movies that we like are the demons and the ghosts.
See, I kind of...
And that's so much more interesting to me than aliens.
Demons are definitely... But I think it's because you're more scared of them. I don't think I'm
not
really
scared of aliens.
Yeah, I mean, if they come down here and end the world, it's like, what can I do?
And if we are the experiment where the bugs do, they stomp us out and call it a day.
I just think of aliens with, like, the Simpsons episode where they're watching us on their TV. Like, the reality TV show.
Yeah.
And, like, oh, man, let's see what happens. And then it is weird, though, like, all, like, sightings and everything kind of went up during nuclear weapons. And
yeah, every time there's a coup in another country, all of a sudden everyone sees the aliens.
Yeah, right. Right, yeah, it's a little odd.
It's a little odd how they push it.
It's a little odd. And, like, it's like, if you want to take a conspiracy turn right here.
Yeah.
If you look at, like, the 50s, is, like, when the CIA started doing a lot of coups and shitty workings of
overthrowing
policy and everything like that. Yeah. And all of a sudden it's, we have an alien story for you people.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we got green beings walking around here.
We're going to give you just enough that you're interested and you think we're hiding something.
But the Battle of Los Angeles is definitely something.
And the fact that Tom DeLonge is, like, working with the White House just makes me a little skeptical. Oh, yeah, they were letting him right in there. It's so not punk rock to work with the government.
But are they punk rock anyways? I mean, they're not Dead Kennedys.
No.
They're not.
I mean, they're classics, but it's just...
Are they classics? Jesus Christ, man. How old are they?
I know, we're fucking
90s?
We're old now.
1999 is classics now?
We're old. Wow. Yeah, dude, 24 years.
I just think of, like, classic rock radio and, like...
Yeah, it's Blink-182 now.
You're
going to hear First Take.
Yeah, right. Sum 41. Yeah. It's like, holy shit, man. That is classic rock. It's like how it is. It works. The time lines up, man.
Yeah, you think we were... Yeah. We were, like, 13 in the early 2000s.
Right. It was, like, 70s and 80s music. It's classic rock.
30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in 6 more years, like...
Yeah.
We're on the classic rock station.
Jesus.
Blink-182.
That's crazy. Maybe he's an alien.
He's got that voice. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Hey, Mom, there's something in the back room.
Oh, best alien movie, though. Nome, Alaska, with the girl from Resident Evil.
Gnome?
Yeah, Nome, Alaska.
Yeah, it was just
you know which
Gnome,
movie
I
I'm
think.
talking
Oh,
about?
The Fourth Kind.
Is it the fourth kind or the fifth kind?
I think it was the Fourth Kind.
No, I think you're right. Fourth kind.
It was the
That's
Fourth
a sick
Kind, where the
movie.
dude shoots himself.
Yeah. And they literally like shot 2 movies.
Yes.
They made it out like it was real, but they
Yes.
actually shot like
Yes.
2 movies. Like
Yep.
that was genius.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought it was real, 100%. I'm like, oh, that's real footage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the police car. footage.
Yeah. Like I thought it was real, and they would have like a split screen.
Yep. Yeah, Gnome was good. I'm trying to think of like a good alien movie.
I want to go check out Alaska.
I like the one where it was the end of the world. Oh my god. They were like in New York City, and it was like a documentary kind of.
Cloverfield?
Yep. Yeah, I like Cloverfield.
Yeah, Cloverfield's a good alien one. That's probably more what it would be like.
Yeah, it was good.
If I were to pick like Dark Skies I think has it right.
Dark Skies was good.
You've seen Dark Skies?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty good, man. Like
Yeah.
I said, and I'm trying to think of another one. Let's see if we can find one more. I can't think of one. But
Probably Alien.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It was pretty good. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, that was good.
That was pretty good.
All right, what else about Kansas? We got way off topic.
Oh yeah, we got aliens, man. We're talking
Yeah.
aliens right now.
We glazed over Kansas just like the rest of the world does.
Flyover stays.
We're gonna get hammered in the comments from Kansans.
Who cares?
Do they have the internet in Kansas?
Probably not.
I don't think so.
They just got Starlink actually.
Oh,
The
jeez.
internet just got to them.
Oh man.
They just found out what MySpace is. So there's no way that anybody from Kansas is listening to this podcast. We're fine.
Yeah, out of the 40 people listening to the podcast,
Yeah.
none of them will be from Kansas.
None of them.
No, but Stull Cemetery, guys, check it out on the internet.
Yes.
We didn't do an official movie review, but we talked about like 30 movies, so I think we got it covered for this week.
I think we did a pretty good job.
I think we did a pretty good
Guys,
job.
stay away from demons.
Stay away from the demons, guys. I think we shouldn't be summoning demons.
No.
We shouldn't be exorcising demons.
Yes, leave it in the hands of the experts of your government officials to summon demons. See you next week.
See you next week.